Hello everyone, this is Thor Young with Bear Bull Traders, and I would like to do a recap for you on my hog trade. Traded hog today, actually the first time I've ever traded this ticker, but it was real good to me, so I guess I owe Harley Davidson a little bit. I don't ride motorcycles, so can't buy one, but they are pretty. So anyway, wanted to get into this trade. I wanted to talk a little bit about how I got into this trade, and it's really just going to talk about levels, levels, and levels. All right, guys. I've showed you this for about a week now, and I know it's just hard to really grab onto. But when Andrew and Carlos and these guys talk about these levels are magic, these levels work so great, I'm not understanding why we don't use them as a almost principal source for entry and exits at all time. So what I did here on Hog is I actually liked it. The level 2 looked really interesting. We had some great earnings. It had a bit of a gap down that it could close, which I nailed. Not to be silly, but your guys are going to love this trade. But I was really looking at it to gap down. So what I went ahead, or I was really looking at that gap down. So what I did first, right, which is what we got to do, is we got to start by first we got to grab some levels. So I came back here onto the daily within recent history, and I went ahead and I grabbed some key levels off of these dailies where you can see these large support and resistances. All right, let me get in a little bit closer so you can see these. So notice starting here, we have multiple touches, right, to a support level, plus this top of this candle here, right? These candles kind of try to test it and use it before a big breakup. So this 32.50 looks really, really strong. I really liked that level. And my trade was based almost completely off of that level. But then I went ahead and picked some to the downside and to the upside so I'd know how to handle things if we got going in the right direction. All right, coming back in. Now, these levels that I pulled, some of them are also from pre-market, but you will see how well they worked out, and including this level, obviously the previous day's low. So came in here to my 15-minute and started looking at pre-market, and one thing I thought was pretty interesting in pre-market, and this goes back to my pre-market breakouts that I like to do. I really like to utilize the pre-market direction to kind of give you a clue as to what the stock's going to do at the open. If you see a stock, and I know this seems a little basic, but I really find it works, especially on catalyst stocks, and I'm going to specifically say on catalyst stocks because I only trade catalyst stocks, so I can't say this works on every stock, but it works on catalyst stocks a whole lot, all right? And basically, if a stock has a big gap, if a stock, has some earnings news, something happens and it goes, to keep an eye on what the pre-market pattern is doing. It's very rare that a stock is has a big gap down and then is strong during its pre-market pattern and then just has a massive fail. It's not really how that works most of the time. Obviously, there's going to be exceptions to every rule. So you can see here on the 15-minute, we're stepping up here, and basically you'll notice that I went here and I have this level at 31.81. And then we've got another really strong support level at 32.11, and then that 32.50 that we got off of our daily. And then above that, we have 32.80 that I marked as a key resistance level that I liked from pre-market, and then after that, another daily at 33.15. So, and I want to show you how well these levels work. So what I'm basically looking for now is, since I've kind of established that this stock is in a strong uptrend, all right, for the open, and now I know we're on a big gap down, so your natural instinct is going to be, oh no, it's weak. It's a big gap down, but that's not really how it always works. We gotta wait for momentum plays. As a momentum trader, which I am, we gotta wait till right before the open to really figure out if you think it's going to be strong or not. And what I was seeing between the 15-minute and the 5-minute was we were stepping up. Right, we're stepping up here. The 5-minute, we're holding this 32.50. Everything looks good. So plan is now together. I'm thinking for a long. If we get above 32.80, but I'd like to see it test 32.50 and break up for it, give me a good entry opportunity. If we lose 32.50, then I'm going to wait for it to test 32.11 and pull back, and then I'm going to get in on the way down. All of those things happen very, very quickly on a stock that moves like this. So what happened was the stock came back, it tested 32.50, and then immediately rejected that daily level, that key daily level we had, and went straight for 32.80, pressing back up against this pre-market pattern again to the penny. Okay, we're hitting that level right to the penny. I mean, that's saying a lot right there. It pulls back to 32.50, and I threw a market order and got a beautiful fill on it, right at 32.50. I really could have had a little slip and been anywhere between 32.50 and 60, but it bottom picked amazingly, so I was really happy. My stop loss on that is going to be the loss, let me get a little bit closer, is the loss of this prior candle. So I'm in at 32.50, my out is 32.46. It's a really tight stop. I went ahead and took 500 shares, risking probably about $100 with slippage if it goes through there, because it'll get me a few cents before I get filled. So, and then I was in. Got a great pop up. I mean, I'm risking less than 10 cents. My first partial was at 50-cent move, dropped 10%, and we were in this thing back up to this previous level at 33.16. I went ahead and took some there, and then as we broke, I got some more victory partials basically, which is just, I'm just taking 10% off as we climb, because I didn't obviously have a ton of confidence that this stock was just going to run, and I certainly didn't expect that it was going to go all the way to previous high of day. But once this stock showed that it was really, really strong, and it never could just manage to have a good sell-off on good volume, I decided to hang in. So I got a big partial, right actually up here at 33.91, because I saw that as a key level. Partial a little bit above that. Now, 33.91, remember we pulled that from our daily chart. Look how that level reacted. You see, a lot of people are looking at moving averages, and you see moving averages, and you think this is about moving averages. It's really not. I mean, there are moving averages here, but these are just lagging indicators that are showing you what's going on. What's going on is that this level, 33.91 to 34, let's call that, held beautifully, and I haven't adjusted this level at all, but you see it being used here with these body closes as a resistance, finally broke it, used it as a support before losing it, finally reclaimed it, but again using it as a support over and over again, tested a support before breaking off of it. I mean, this level 33.91 was beautiful, and then I went all out at 34.40, actually 34.35 to be exact was my all out, and I did that just below the previous day's low, because who would have thought we were even going to get that much of a run out of hog today back up to the top side. After that all out, that I guess everyone was in the exact same idea I had about when to get out on this thing, because it actually made a head and shoulders and then peeled off, and now it's heading back right to where we started for the day. This is a prime example of how to utilize the pre-market pattern to help you put your plan together. I know it seems really, really fast, and to some, it seems maybe even a little risky or a little reckless, but in reality, I'm pulling a 5 cent to 10 cent risk and buying after a stock has rejected an obvious support. It is fast, but remember, I've been looking at this stock since all of this time. You know, we're analyzing it, we're looking for it, you're putting a plan together, that way when it moves you can just react to the movement. And the way you do that easily for me is to use these key levels. And if you guys have trouble finding your key levels, just to round this thing off, make sure you go with the pre-market show. It's where I'm getting my levels from. Carlos, Norm, they crush it. So make sure you subscribe and ring the bell, because if you're not getting good levels, you're setting yourself up for slippage. You need to know where you're going to be trading against, and remember, you should be trading a catalyst stock, because that's how these levels work. When there's us trading it, day traders trading it, you're going to get better entries, you're going to get better patterns, you're going to get better opportunities to get into positions that aren't going to fail out as much. So I hope you guys all had a great day. I hope you're all keeping it green. Thanks.